Well, hey gang, how are you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico, and covering all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet for the dates of the 5th through the 10th of September 2025. Wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for spending time with us. And if you like what we've been doing, don't forget, please give us a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. And also, you may not know it. I know you look at my fishing reports all the time, but we are a full-service outfitter down here. So if you want to set up a trip with us, we take care of everything. We'll take care of your lodging, your fishing, other activities, transportation. We customize everything. We've been doing it for 30 years. So just check the information below and we'll get you all set up. Anyway, let's jump right into it. We've had a lot going on since our last report. We had Hurricane Lorena pass through, which was it gave us some concern coming up because we've had these up and down erratic storms now and then, very, very tropical. I can't believe the humidity down here lately. We had a storm about 2 weeks ago that in about, I don't know, maybe about an hour dropped 4 inches of rain on us and flooded everything, shut down the airport, caused all kinds of havoc. Well, Hurricane Lorena, when you hear that H word, we get a little bit worried, but what it turned out to be was really a non-event. It was really bad down in Cabo and some of the areas where they took on some extensive damage and flooding, but here we, locked the doors and taped up the windows and everything, got ready for the worst, and, you prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Well, crossed our fingers. Fortunately, we got some of the best. We got kind of a gentle rain for about a day and then some on and off showers for another day and a half or so. And that was it. The bad part about it was that the port captain, out of caution, still closed down the port, so we had to cancel trips for about 2 days. But we didn't have a lot of wind, and fortunately, not a lot of rain. It was really pleasant, gentle rain. If I were on vacation, it would have been very nice to, to sleep in, have my cup of coffee, and just kind of take it easy, which is what a lot of our clients did that couldn't fish for 2 days. But it passed, it moved on, fortunately. And I never really know how it's going to be after a storm. It could take days for things to recover. And a lot of times, if there's a lot of washout, it washes a lot of debris into the water, which is very good for fishing because it creates structure. And then the fish congregate under that. But that could take 2, 3, 4 days. Well, as soon as the port captain opened things up, as soon as the beaches were open and that we could get boats out and push them off the sand over at Las Arenas, hey, the fish bit. It wasn't as good as it was before the hurricane and before we got the rains, but hey, it was a lot better than I expected to be. The Dorado still bit. Everyone caught fish. Maybe not a lot of them, but 2, 3, 4 Dorado each, plus bonito. A lot of little rooster fish running around, so there was some good action. And with each day past the hurricane, it's gotten a little better and a little better. But here's the good thing. Not only are the Dorado biting, and there's some really nice ones. Most of these are like 5 to 10 pounds, maybe some 15-pounders. There's a lot of little guys running around. I mean, they're not even trout-sized Dorado, and we're releasing them as fast as we can go. But the way Dorado are, they grow so fast that I tell you what, in about a month, those are going to be 10 and 15-pound fish. So that's very encouraging. So like I'm saying, everybody was getting some Dorado. But here's what happened. A couple of days ago, the tuna showed up. Now, they've been on and off all season, but we've had to run 2 to 3 hours if you really wanted a tuna the other side of Sorolvo Island, and I'm talking a 2 or 3 hour run bouncing in the ponga to get out there, and it's hit or miss. They're there or they're not. You're swinging for the fences, you're going for the home run. If there's nothing there, you've run so far that it's too late to come back and really do anything. But on a couple of occasions, we've run into some really nice schools of tuna. But a couple days ago, the tuna showed up right in Bahia de los Muertos. I'm talking about a couple hundred yards off the beach, 20, 30 feet of water. The tuna are foaming out there. And these are some nicer grade tuna. They're not just the footballs, but we're talking some 15, 17-pound fish. A lot of fun. They're not going to hurt you too badly. Great eating. And, they'll pull you all around the boat, especially for our first timers who have never experienced the power of a tuna. They're having a great time. And boats were, I'll tell you what, they were getting limits of tuna by 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Then they went off and searched for Dorado. Plus, it's September. Usually there's no rooster fish around, but there's some really small, fun rooster fish here, and they're that 5 to 10 pound size for a lot of folks that don't have the opportunity to come earlier in the season when we've got the big mo's, the 40s, 50s, 100-pounders here. At least they're getting this off the bucket list. They're catching, one boat told me, yeah, I went out, I just wanted to catch one. I caught 10 rooster fish on light tackle, and they were that fun 5, 6 pound size. Great fun. They're right on the beach. So we're getting Dorado, tuna have shown up. Rooster fish are still here. Plus, there's bonita and there's Jack Crevalle. A couple of Sierra have been caught as well, which is indicative of colder water finally starting to move in. And we've had a couple of billfish biters as well, some sailfish and some marlin. Nothing stuck. We did hook a couple, and those were released. But other than that, it's Dorado, tuna, and rooster fish right now. So some good action. I'm very surprised, as I said, that right after the storm, the fishing is as good as it was. Plus, hey, we had a full moon as well, and there was one day where it was a little bit off. The currents were running really, really strong, but the full moon waned. It's getting smaller, whatever that word is. I can't think of it. It's too early in the morning. But as the full moon has gotten smaller, the fish have come back. So there's a lot of action, a lot of good things happening. If you're coming down, it's not as hot as it has been in the last month or 2 or 3, but the humidity is incredible. It is like 95 degrees, but with the humidity, it's running 110, 115 degrees. So stay cool. Stay hydrated, cover yourself up, put on the sunscreen, and if you're coming down, we'll see you real soon. I'm going to let you take a look at the Great Fishing Gallery right now. That's going to tell the best story about what's been going on down here. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves. God bless. I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute. We'll catch you on the next episode of the Mexican Minute.